All right, guys. I'm going to do a little bit earlier tonight. Got a chance, and it's been a long day as well. So first of all, I wanted to show you something. This is the dollar index, and on this platform, it's delayed for me. I mean, I get access to a whole lot of other stuff, but the dollar index is delayed. So, but when I look at this, I'm like, this is clearly a bullish signal. This is very, very bullish. It's turned around. I bet you there's bullish divergence. So let's go ahead and just reduce price, and absolutely there's bullish divergence. So everything I'm looking at here, when I look at it upside down, it's really obvious to me that that it's going to follow through today, which means that euro dollar would have headed down. So when I go look, hopefully that makes sense the way I've explained that to you. It's you know, you come down, you go downtrend, then there's a sort of a triple bottom, but these two here are a double bottom. Then you've got a break and basically a pullback and a retest and a bullish candle that sits up here, and the moving average is reordered, so it's moving into an uptrend. So when I then look at euro dollar, actually didn't see it at the time, but that was a setup, because it would be more or less the inverse. I didn't see it, but it would have been a valid setup. And yeah, I didn't see it is the point. So this implies we're going to, based off that dollar index, I expect it to go further. I expect the euro to go, to continue going lower for a while. Even though on the weekly it could turn around, because where it is now is kind of crucial. If it finishes as a bullish candle here, it's probably going to go up, but we've got bearish divergence, so I'm seeing more bearishness on that. Sterling is trying to stay strong here. That's interesting. Again, I'm just going to move that over here. It's trying, and it's trying to do what I was talking about on the other one. It's trying to produce that weekly bullish candle off resistance to test it for support and go. So again, that's interesting. Euro dollar is weak. Pound is quite strong. That means the dollar, although the dollar is moving, the pound must be very strong. Okay, just sideways here, nothing here. Also looking potentially a bit bullish off that as well, so that could be pushing higher, but not a setup. Kiwi dollar, same thing, it's also trying to head higher. So let's look at yen pairs. The yen pairs have had a good move. So I'm in these trades, they look pretty good at the moment. So I was in them before, and then I got kicked out on some of them over here, and then back in again, so that's good. And I think it's important to show you in this uptrend, we pulled back to here, so we still had a high low, and then it did a double bottom and took off. So in the last year, I've started to appreciate double bottoms and double tops. And so I see them now all the time, because you can get a double bottom in an uptrend, which is a very bullish signal. Anyway, so just thought I'd highlight that. They look good, but no setups. Dollar Swissy is breaking higher. Okay, that was the expectation, starting to break higher. But it's failing to close above that level. I really would like to see a close up here. That's what it needs to do. And then I think its next target is going to be up to about 0.91. Excuse me, dollar CAD. I thought that was a pretty good setup. I'm going to move this over here. I thought that was a good setup. Give me 1 second. I need to... So actually, I would have expected that to continue up, and it should. But interesting here that you have this knockdown, then a bullish move, and then this. There's a lot going on here. It's not happy, not happy. And it's off this level of support. I think it's probably all the turning points are inside the moving averages here, so something's going on. But honestly, I would expect that to go higher. Euro GBP might have a setup to go short here. So it broke through, came back, retested it, bearish inside candle, and it's just bobbing around, but it looks like it's going to continue down. Euro yen, very nice, but no setup. Nice and bullish, no setup. And remember I spoke the other night about this being in a downtrend, but everything else looked good in all the other yen crosses. Anyway, yeah, it went off, and there was a little inside bullish candle there. Euro Swissy, there's nothing much going on here. In the last 4 or 5 days, it's just stayed where it is. Euro CAD, yep, just looks like a continuation. So I can get rid of these because I highlighted those to see if they would go, and that would have been a losing trade anyway. Triggered in and stopped out. But now I can see there's a bit more clarity. The euro is weak, and to me that looks indeed as though that's going to continue down for now. EURUSD. EURUSD, just a mess. Look at this. EURUSD, I looked for that to be a move down. Sorry, excuse me, my dog is trying to get in. Come on, you monkey. Come on.
So, yeah, not offering a lot of clarity here, and it could very well go down from here. Doesn't know what it wants. Euro Kiwi has gone down, so I took that trade. I think I'm still in that one. Then we've got pound yen, beautiful, just so nice and very, very bullish. This was a very strong signal. In hindsight, so sometimes in the moment, and this is why I love recording these videos, because I'll say to you, that should be a signal, and then it will, and then it becomes obvious that it was a good signal. So there are times when, and it's okay. It's okay to see a setup and go, you know what, this could be the case, and then it ultimately is. Because if you see that 100 times, eventually you'll be like, I know it's a good setup. So you build it up. Pound Swiss is just a mess. I still expect it to go up. I'm still expecting it to go up. This is a strong bullish engulfing candle, but if I'd got in on any of these, I'd have been triggered in and stopped out probably. So I've had some losing trades this week. All the other ones are still in profit, so they're all good. This week is, so far, is, I guess tomorrow's Thursday. I guess we'll find out what happens. But because Thursdays have been funny lately. I've had all my losses on Thursdays, and that isn't historically the case, but it has been recently. So we had this flat level, and it broke through down. So I think possibly pound CAD's going to head lower. Pound Aussie creeping up. No real setups. Pound Kiwi, sure, it's giving such a mixed bag of signals. No setups. Aussie Kiwi just keeps trying to go lower, but there's no setups. Aussie CAD, no setups. Look at this. I don't know why I don't have this level marked, because there's definitely a level there. So let's mark that there. Then we've got Aussie Swissy. Doesn't know where it's going. Oh, I spoke about this yesterday, because some of the Swissy pairs are looking bullish. Look at this one. Up, down, well, down, up, down, up. I think it's more likely to go up now, but man, it's not very happy. So the yen pairs are offering the most. There was a little bullish indecision bar and it's gone. So yen pairs are now back on my watch list for those. And I'm thinking euro weakness is also a good thing. Not offering a lot here. So this is where I was expecting this to go up. It's come down. I still think it's probably likely to keep pushing to the upside. Kiwi CAD is offering just mixed bags. So no, let's just get rid of this. And let's just get rid of this. There's nothing at the moment that really stands out. Kiwi Swissy, yep. Looks like that's still taken off. Kiwi yen, boom, that's gone. CAD yen, great. What a great setup, man. So I used to think that if you had a lower high, this is going back years ago, I used to think if you had a lower high, then there was a potential failure. But you can get these smaller moves within a move, and actually it doesn't. It's only if you break this low that the trend is really, because that would be a potential head and shoulders pattern forming. But actually, yeah, you just get a series of high lows here. The uptrend is still intact, and that's the point. So because the higher lows are still intact, it's still intact. Swissy yen, boom, gone. Looks really good today. Look at that, closing up right near the high. And Swissy yen was really something I was looking at. So remember, I had a losing trade here. Part of my losing trades last week, triggered in here and stopped out. So I had all my yen pairs that I got triggered in and stopped out last week. They've come good. And it can be emotional, because sometimes you're like, oh, I don't want to take the trades, or I don't feel like getting kicked out again, or you don't feel like doing it. But if you just go through the process and there's a setup and you just do it, you play the numbers. And so this week, they just look good. And it wasn't, some of them I was just like, the yen pairs looked like they want to take off, and they did. I didn't know with 100% certainty, but I had a feeling of about 90% certainty. So again, this one as well, CAD Swissy broke up, came down, bullish candle, and has gone long. So I spoke about that one as well. Then we have gold. Let's just have a quick look at gold. I think gold, the clue is really in the monthly. That monthly just looks so bearish at the top. I think we're going to see gold come down to 19, possibly even as far as 1900. We'll see. Or further, but I think at least that far. Crude oil. Crude oil is looking good. That's looking nice and bullish. So there it goes. I was saying that looked bearish. This is bullish now. It's starting to look bullish. You got a high low. You've actually, once you break this high, we've got an uptrend. So that's pretty cool. It'll probably pick up pace then. So that looks like that's going to break. But it's not a great trend yet. But there could be a move to the upside. The indices, that looks good. It's a bullish signal, guys. I like that very much. There's an upward sloping trend line, and it's forming a nice little bullish candle there. Weekly, it's pretty good. I mean, it might bob around a bit. It might go up to here and come down there and then break. But that's a bullish signal. I'm pretty happy with that one. So I'm going to write that down.
I don't think I saw anything on currencies that look good. This is SP. Okay. No, that was the Dow. I beg your pardon. See, this is too close to major level. I'm not liking that one. So that looks good, man. NASDAQ is happy, man. Look at that. Boom. NASDAQ's full bull market now. Just very happy. It's very nice. No setup. I like this one because it broke, came back, tested it, and then took off. Russell 2000. Yeah. Look at, I mean, we've had up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, but I think that's it. I think that's going to be the one. I think we might see these move. The debt ceiling thing, I don't know if I said this the other night. I don't think the US is going to default. Obviously, it is possible, but it's a nuclear thing that they can easily avoid. It's not like it's not in their control. They can completely avoid doing it. Therefore, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think they're going to default. I don't think that's going to be an issue. So I think the market is twitching about it, but I don't think it's going to happen. Okay, that's also looking nice and bullish. Just highlighting just some of these other ones, just how nice and bullish they look. Euro stocks, Nikkei. Remember the Nikkei? Look at that, man. And there was a setup. That was a setup. There was a setup. I mean, it's okay if you miss a setup as long as you make the habit of identifying one. So you're teaching your brain. It's backtesting in real time. I'm going, yep, that was a setup. That was a setup, and it tells me that the setups are there. They exist. You can take them. And then the next time my brain sees that, it'll be like, I think you should take that trade. Tesla's trying to push higher. Let's see what happens there. It might succeed. Then, what else did I have on the list? Let's just go through the stocks quickly. Apple. Could that be something? There was a nice little pullback there. That could be something there. Bullish candle. I think it needs to come back down. I think it needs to come back down to 168. So I do think it needs to head back into this area. But all right, but there's a setup, potential setup. Amazon. Look at that. Broken above the high, following through, looking good, man. No setup though. AT&T looking to go short. There was a breakout of that level. I missed that. Again, more obvious in hindsight. Arc Innovation, yep, and there's a bullish setup. So why am I saying that? Because NASDAQ is really bullish, and some of these tech stocks and things are doing very well. So yeah, that's, it's a setup from there. It was interesting when I highlighted this as a possible bounce off here. Interesting. Okay, Glencore. I mean, bullish candle, no. Overall, let's just move on, not really seeing anything here. This has finally started to do a bit of a correction, which it needed to do. So Tesco needs to come down into this area. Okay, that's where it has to be. Just bring it down a bit, just a little bit. And then it can turn around. Amex. Amex is trying to, that's bullish, that's quite bullish. Why do I say that? Because it's only got a slightly lower low, and it's pushing, closing up right near the highs. Lots of green candles pushing up a lot higher, coming up to these. So that could result in a change. And then if that monthly candle finishes really bullish or green, then we could have a change in trend. So Amex could be turning around. Interesting. Look at that. Boom, gone. So that's Berkshire Hathaway. Looks good. Looks really good. I think it's going to do a breakout at some point. Coca-Cola. Not offering much clarity right now. You know what I'd like to see here is another green candle. So give me another green candle in this area above this level here tomorrow or the next day. Could be good. BP, China, it's in the right area here to kind of find a bit of support.
Could be. I mean, this is a very big maybe because it's very gappy. It's all over the place. So this is a maybe on this one to me. I'll just do that. Bit of a maybe. ExxonMobil will be a similar thing. General Motors, that looks good. So you've got a bit of bullish divergence here. You've got another green candle showing up the whole time. It's going to attempt to turn around. Look at the weekly there. Lots of little wicks below that. It's trying. But all it might mean is it's just going to go to the top of the range. We'll see. Yeah, that's taken off, but no setup. Adidas, yeah, I would mention this. Okay. That looks like it's a break, a pullback, possibly. Yeah. Meta. Now it's on its way. No setup. There we go. NVIDIA. Nice. This is something really good for trading options. So IG Index has an options category where you can sell put options or something like that. So that would have been I don't know why I missed it, but that was unless I already have an options contract on it, I might. But otherwise, that would be really good. Netflix, come on guys, that's a nice one. Boom. That's good. We've seen the weekly breakout, and we've got this nice little break and a retest, which is good to me. PayPal. I think with stocks, it's always a good idea if you're trading them just to check for earnings, because earnings come out on Netflix tonight, for example, and then it's tanked tomorrow, it's gap down. So you don't want that really. Yeah, that's going to try and do another move to the upside. Spotify looks good, but no setup. It's worth marking. I'm just going to move this up here. Okay, that's the spider. It's an ETF. FedEx. Yep, I stand by this. Still looks good. It's going to try and turn around. And it's got a little bullish candle for me of the weekly. So actually, I'm going to move this and put this over here. Looks good. That's really weird. That's really weird that that's below the low of this week's candle, unless that's last week. No, it's not. It doesn't make sense. Okay, I'm gonna do that. There we go. So the low. Okay, it doesn't matter. It's just a bug. Tesla is looking bullish. So far, Vanguard looks like it wants to break out, guys. So it's got a series of high lows, very close, pushing up into that danger zone. Off a nice little bullish candle. I think it's going to probably break out. Probably. Cool. Cryptos. Hovering in that area. They should be going up. They should, in my opinion, start climbing. Let's see what Ethereum is. Not much, offering much there. Hi, hello. Hi, yes, hello, hi. Hello. Dun, 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 dun. Hi. Oh, you're on camera. She likes to watch. So, they should be going up. Okay. There's no real signals on it right now. They should be going up. Okay, so that is it from me. I'm just going to check in case there's any questions. Any chats on those? No, there's nothing. All right, guys. Anything you want me to have a look at that isn't on the list? Just try to find a way to comment on it or put a comment there if you can or something. Yeah, and let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to leave you with that. Thank you very much. The only one I've seen that I really like the look of so far today, potentially, the Dow, I think is good. And Sterling I found interesting, but I got stopped out of this. I was here, triggered in, stopped out. So I'll have a look at it. It's trying to turn around, but it's not super strong. Anyway, thanks very much, and have